Something strange is happening in a quiet Nigerian village in Kogi State, and this story will make you think twice before buying food from just anyone. For over 10 years in a small, close-knit community in Kogi, there was one woman everyone knew and loved. Her name was Mrs. Angela, and she ran the most popular food stall in the entire village. Morning, noon, and night, people would line up for her delicious food. From local workers on their lunch break to children spending their pocket money, everyone agreed. Her cooking was simply irresistible. She was more than just a food vendor. She was a pillar of the community. A kind, smiling woman who knew everyone by name and always had a warm word for her customers. Her stall wasn't just a place to eat. It was the heart of the village, a place where people gathered, chatted, and shared their lives. Everyone trusted her completely. But they were all about to discover a horrifying secret hidden in plain sight. The food was a local delicacy, a special kind of fufu and soup that people just couldn't get enough of. Customers would travel from neighboring villages just to get a taste. They said her food had a special ingredient, something that made it taste better than any other. People became obsessed. They craved it, they talked about it, and they ate it every single day. Some even joked that her food was addictive. Little did they know how terrifyingly true that was. Her business boomed, and her reputation as the best cook for miles around was solidified. But behind the smiles and the delicious meals, Mrs. Angela was hiding a secret so dark it would soon shatter the peace of the entire community and send shock waves of fear and disgust throughout the nation. A secret that was mixed into every single plate she served. Then, one day, the secret no one was ever supposed to discover was finally revealed. It started with a disagreement between Mrs. Angela and a former employee who had helped her in the kitchen. After a bitter argument over money, the disgruntled employee went straight to the police and exposed a secret that had been kept for a decade. The special ingredient, the one that made her food so addictive and popular, was water. But not just any water. It was water that she had used to bathe the dead bodies of her relatives before burials. For 10 years, this trusted woman had been secretly collecting and using this mortuary water in the food she served to hundreds of unsuspecting men, women, and children. The entire village had been consuming something truly unspeakable. When the news broke, the village erupted in chaos and disbelief. The woman everyone trusted, the friendly face they saw every day, had committed an unimaginable betrayal. The food they all loved was the product of a horrifying ritual. People were filled with a mixture of rage, disgust, and fear. The very thought of what they had been eating for years was enough to make them physically sick. The woman was immediately arrested, and her once popular food stall was shut down forever. The community was left traumatized, their trust completely shattered. How could someone they knew and respected do something so evil? The bonds of trust that held the small community together were broken, replaced by suspicion and paranoia. This story from a small Nigerian village is a shocking and extreme example, but it carries a powerful warning for all of us, no matter where we live. It forces us to ask a critical question. Do we really know what goes into the food we buy? We often eat from street vendors, local restaurants, and food stalls without a second thought, placing our trust in the hands of strangers. We assume the food is prepared hygienically and with safe ingredients. But this story proves that you can never be 100% sure. It is a terrifying reminder to always be careful to be vigilant, and to think twice about where your food is coming from and who is preparing it, because sometimes the most delicious meal can be hiding the darkest secret. That's over 1 minute. See you tomorrow.